Alignment is one of the principles of layout and composition. In visual design, sometimes you may want to align different objects. For example, if you're working on a prototype of a website, maybe you would like to make sure that all the buttons on the menu are aligned and that they have equal distance from each other. Photoshop has a number of useful tools that you can use for alignment. Now let's look at these tools. I have previously created this design, and here I have added some text layers. And as you can see, these are not aligned. So I would like to align these different text layers. So what I do is that I go to the Layers panel and I select all these different layers. So I click, for example, on the first one, and in order to select the rest of them, I hold down the Shift key on the keyboard and click on the one on the top. And as you can see, I have selected all of these layers. So in order to align these different layers, what I do is that I click on the Move tool. And when I click on the Move tool, I will have access to all these different align options. So let's see what we can do with these options. So if I click on the first one, Align Left Edges, as you can see now, all of these text layers are aligned according to an imaginary line on the left edges of these text layers. But if I click on this button, Align Horizontal Centers, the result is that they are now aligned according to a line that goes through the center of these different layers. I can also click on this option, which is Align Right Edges, and that means that, of course, the text layers are now aligned according to an imaginary line that goes from here to here. So let me align these different text layer to their left edge. And as you can see, at the moment, these different text layers are not equidistant from each other. And now I would like to position them at equal distance from each other. So we can do that by using the alignment options here as well. So if I click on this option, Distribute Vertically, you will see that the computer automatically distributes these different text layers at equal distance from each other. The computer calculates the distance between these different text layers based on the overall distance between the text layer on the top and the text layer on the bottom. So if you want to increase or decrease the distance between each layer, what you should do is that you can either increase this the overall distance between the layer on the top and the layer on the bottom, or you can decrease this distance. So let's say, for example, right now I would like to have a little bit of more space between each one of these layers. So what I do is that I select the layer on the top and I just move it a bit upwards. And now I select all the layers again and click on the Distribute Vertically option. And as you can see now, the distance between each one of the layers is a bit more than before. You can also align the objects horizontally using the Alignment tool. Now let's see how we can do this. So this time I would like to align these three text layers horizontally and also these two text layers horizontally separately. So let's see how we can do this. So this time I select these three layers first. And then over here, I can select align top edges, align vertical centers, and align bottom edges. The result is the same this time because all of them has the same height, but if I was aligning objects with different heights, then the result would of course be different. So I do the same thing for the other two text layers. So I select them and align them this way. Of course, you can also select these three objects and then make the distance between them equal and distribute them horizontally like this. So as you can see, you can use the alignment tools to align your objects, different objects in the way that you want. So far we have seen how we can align objects according to the edges or the center of the objects. But it is also possible to align different layers according to the edges or the center of the canvas. Now let's see how we can do that. So I have selected all my text layers. And now I go here and click on these three dots. And that will give us access to this option, Align To. And right now it is on selection mode. That means that it will align our objects based on the edges or the center of our selection. But you can put this on canvas. And if I do this and then click on any one of these options, let's see what happens. So right now I click on Align Left Edges, and as you can see, immediately all the text layers go here and align to the left edge of the canvas. Now if I click on this option, Align Right Edges, you can see that all the layers will be aligned according to the right edge of the canvas. And of course you can predict what will happen if I click on this option, Align Centers. Of course, all the layers will be then aligned according to the center of the canvas. So these are some different options that you have when you want to align your objects.